All right, everyone, welcome on in. Today, I am going to be showing you essentially what is necessary to be looking out for, especially when you're first starting getting into Dokkan. There's a lot of things to look out for. I've been playing this game for 9 years. I mean, you know, I've got some time in it, and I've watched this game grow from having very select few. There's only 4 or 5 LRs in the game to now there's probably a good 30 to maybe even 60, possibly even more. There's so many LRs now that you lose count. There's just so many units now. But there's a lot of things that a lot of new players don't know what to look for, and I can understand how it gets a little overwhelming with all of it. So today, we're gonna just keep it simple, So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, and then we are actually going to look at our character list. And what I need to do is put it to attack. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and look at this Ultimate Gohan here for an example. Okay, so one of the first things you want to look at for a unit when getting into it is you want to go ahead and look at the leader skill. All right, because your leader skill, that's going to determine what your team is built around, especially if you have that unit as your leader. All right, so he is a very not a super specific category leader, but he does have specific categories in which that he is the leader for. So he is a leader for superheroes or hybrid Saiyans category. And what that means is he has a ki +3 and HP, attack, and defense plus 170%. And then he also has an additional HP, attack, and defense plus 30% for 2 other categories, which are Bond of Parent and Child or movie heroes. And the way this works is essentially with the main categories of the 170%. The subcategories also have to be within those superhero, like the superheroes, the hybrid Saiyans category, for you to be able to get that full 200% boost. So that's kind of the simple breakdown of that. And then we go into the passive here, and then the passive skill is really what makes or breaks a great character and a great unit in Dokkan from a terrible unit. And there's a lot of things coming out, like you have your Extreme Z Awakens, you have your Super Extreme Z Awakens. You've got they'll go in and they'll reword some characters' passives every now and then. It's not super often that they do that. But anyways, getting into it. So the entrance commands, they're really not that important. They're cool to watch, but they're not that important. So when that happens, his attack and defense is automatically plus 100%, and he guards all attacks. And what that guarding means is that attacks aren't going to be effective against him. He's going to have his guard up, and he's going to block the most amount of damage that he can. And he's going to do that for 3 turns from the character's entry turn. And then, so this one here is under a specific condition, and it says when there's another Bond of Parent or Child category ally on the team upon the character's entry turn. So what that means is he's going to get that additional attack and defense boost for 3 turns, and he's going to have his guard up only if there's a Bond of Parent and Child category ally on that team. What that means is just it's another unit that has that belongs to that category. And then so then I guess you could say his main passive skill is his attack and defense is up by 150%, plus an additional ki +1 per ki sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense plus 30% with each super attack performed up to 150%. Okay, and so what that means is every single super attack that he does, and we'll get into that here in a little bit in the video, the difference between a basic attack, a super attack, and LRs, they can have what's called an ultra super attack. So with each attack performed, his attack and defense goes up by 30%, capping out at 150%. So if he attacks, gosh, what is it? 150 divided by 30, it's like 5, I think. Or 50. Yeah, 5 or... I don't know. I'm not good at math. Anyways. So, however many attacks it takes him to get up to that 150%. Once he reaches that 150%, now his attack and defense is going to be boosted by 300% in battle. 300% is a lot. That is a really, really good passive to have. And then he also has it also says launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack when ki is 20 or more. So what that means is ki. So you've got skill sphere orbs that you're going to collect, or just spheres that you're going to collect, and those give you ki. In turn, those allow you to build up whether you're going to get just a basic attack, a super attack, or that ultra super attack, depending on if you have an LR or not. And that's when he collects 20 or more. And then his attacks become effective against all types when activating the active skill, or when his ki is 24. High chance of nullifying ki blast super attacks directed at the character. So pretty much what that means is when his ki is 24 or more, or there's a ki blast that's directed at him, there's a high chance that he'll just nullify it, and he won't take damage by it whatsoever. He'll just he literally smacks it away, and it does no damage to him, which is great. So there is that. All right, and then some characters will have what's called an active skill, okay, and for that they kind of an active skill and awakening, they're two separate things. You can have an active skill as well as an awakening for a character, but this one is just an active skill. So here, they all active skills have a very specific condition. This one can be activated when all allies attacking in the same turn, are superheroes. Category characters starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle, or when facing one enemy starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle once only. So he has to have all of the turns, there's two conditions with this. He either has to have everyone in that same rotation has to be a superheroes category ally, or when he's facing only one enemy from the 6th turn in battle. So those are the two stipulations for him to go ahead and be able to use his active skill. And then the effect is it greatly raises his attack and temporarily causes ultimate damage to enemy. And then it also disables the enemy's action once within the turn. So sometimes an enemy will have an action such as like a domain, and pretty much once that domain opens up, it can cause different things like the enemy will have an extra attack and defense plus 10%, but then everyone on your team, when you're facing the enemy, is getting minus 10% for attack and defense. So there's like I said, there's a whole lot to Dokkan. We're in this video, we're just gonna kind of keep it simple, stupid. We're gonna just cover the basics. So here we have our, so these are our link skills, okay? Link skills are great, and link skills matter so much because link skills give you additional ki, they give you extra attack and defense bonuses. They, gosh, what are some other ones that link skills can do? So let's see. Fierce Battle, for an example, okay? This is a link skill that is shared among a lot of characters, okay? And I just happen to have a lot of these characters. I also don't have a lot of characters too. You know, as long as I've been playing this game, I don't have everyone. And it is really impressive if someone actually has everyone. Because that is a lot of either money, time, just grinding in general, or you just have to be extremely lucky, like extremely lucky with the way that Dokkan is built. But anyways, so Fierce Battle, that's an additional attack plus 20%. So if he has that link skill, okay, and yes, there are levels to link skills. So, like, so this one says it's for shocking speed, it's ki plus 2 and defense plus 3.5%. When it's at level 10, it's ki plus 2 and defense plus 5%. So you have to take link skills into a factor too. So on top of his passive, if he gets all of his attacks off, and he gets up to that additional 150% on top of his standard 150%. That's 300% on top of Fierce Battle if he has that link skill. Excuse me, that is an additional 20% on top of that. And those 10s and 20s percentiles are huge, especially when you start getting up. Especially when you start getting up there, because it's like it starts to like magnify, I guess you could say. So these will be your link skills. Your link skills will always be above your categories. So categories, like I was saying earlier, he is a leader for the superheroes, hybrid Saiyans, and then the bond of parent and child or movie heroes categories, okay? So that means he belongs to all of those categories because he has to be, if a unit is the leader for those categories, they belong in all of those categories. And then there's also a lot more categories that they fall into. And categories, it's just, if you've ever seen the show, if you've ever watched Dragon Ball, it makes a lot of sense as to why they're in their categories and why the categories are named like this. And then you also have, you know, different categories will have different leaders with different types of boost. Like, let's look for an example here really quick. Oh, perfect. Nope, not you. You. Okay, perfect. So this is Metal Cooler. He is the 200 percentile leader for the Wicked Bloodline category. So his is Supercut, Simple, Dry. So you just look for a Wicked Bloodline team, and then you have your HP, attack, and defense is plus 200%. And then you go to your passive skills. You know, you start reading your passive skills, and he has ki plus 2 and attack and defense plus 130%. But he is also a really good unit for recovering HP. Some units in Dokkan can do that, others can't. It all depends. As far as the passive skill, every unit can recover HP if they collect their skill orb type when in battle. But like I said, there is tons of different passive skills. And then what we will do here is we will come into the teams here, okay? And so we will use, actually, yes, we will use that first team that I was on as a really good example. Okay, so there are 8 usable link skills here, meaning between all of these characters, there's 8 link skills that are going to be utilized. And if you click on it, it will tell you exactly what link skills are going to be utilized. And because, so every single LR, which is, LRs are the rarest units in the game. So if you're not getting LRs, don't feel bad. Really, don't feel bad. They are really a luck. It's a gotcha system, so it's a really luck-based, getting an LR. I just happen to be really fortunate and lucky being able to have so many LRs. And like I said, I have also been playing this game for 8-9 years now, so I've got some time in it. And then you also have, you can name your teams. I don't. That's something I need to do. I've just been focused on grinding a lot in Dokkan. I haven't really been focused on, getting my stuff organized and naming teams, because I switch teams so often for events. And that is something that you're going to have to do in Dokkan, because specific teams become effective with different events. And like this here, we will try to we'll find an event for the movie heroes category where they are super effective. All right, and then when you come over here, okay, this is your main screen. You've got missions, and you've got different types of missions. You've got your daily missions, your normal missions, special event missions. Like they have the 9th anniversary going on right now, so that is a huge event. So they have tons of stuff, like tons of stuff. And then you've got trials. I personally haven't dabbled in these too much. And then you have your portal of memories, which is just like, all the portal of memories is hey, an event's not here right now, you can come to the portal of memories and do that event, but you have to have keys for it. And if y'all want, in another video, we can go over how to get those keys. We can go over how to get specific training items, how to get, essentially how to get everything. All right, so we have found our event. We are actually doing a Super Battle Road, and with these events, you can only bring in specific, sometimes you can only bring in extreme agility, and there's different character types. Sometimes you can only bring in specific teams, like this one I'm doing now is specific to movie heroes, and that is all you can bring in, is movie hero category characters. All right, so anyways, so like I said, there's different types of characters, okay? So you have your physical, okay? And you, anytime you're in battle, you always have this, I call it the pinwheel, okay? You always have this wheel right here. Your physical is good against intelligence. Intelligence is good against technique. Technique is good against agility. And agility is good against strength. And then strength to physical. So what you always want to try and do is you always want to try and match up what's good against who. So right now I've got intelligent, attacking here, and technique. I don't want that. So, excuse me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look to see who's got the most defense. And right now it's that ultimate Gohan. So I'm going to have that ultimate Gohan come over here. I'm going to leave you there. And that, because he's going to be attacked by that agility, and as you can see, technique is good against agility. So that means that he's going to have a big boost against him right now. So we're going to go ahead, grab these orbs here, and these are the orbs that I was talking about that get you ki. All right. Some characters get an additional +1 per ki sphere obtained. Some characters get additional +2 per ki sphere obtained. Sometimes it's specific to they'll get a +1 or 2 ki per rainbow ki sphere obtained, which are these up here. And some characters get specific abilities when they just collect rainbow ki spheres. So that is really nice. So with this, we're going to go ahead and grab that right there. Ooh, I'm not going to be getting a rainbow for that, but that's okay. Don't always need a rainbow. All right. And then they're going to be performing their attacks. All right, 29,000 damage. That's a decent hit. And also, when you were getting into Dokkan, you will not have teams like mine. You will not have teams like other creators out there, as far as, you know, for Dokkan goes, because a lot of us, we have put time and time into our accounts, building them up and just grinding everything out, you know, doing events, because you have to awaken characters, you have to level them up, and then you have to awaken them again and level them up some more. And it's not repetitive, but it is like, it is some dedication. It really is. So alright, so our Super Saiyan Gogeta here should perform 1 to 2 hits. Perfect, we can fast forward it. That's what I've been wanting. Alright. So, we have our technique to technique. That's neutral. At that point, it just kind of depends on your the defense of the character. And then here, like I said, you can see how many link skills are getting activated between each character. And so here we have Golden Warrior. I believe that's an attack. Oh no, that's all enemies defense. Okay. And then we have Super Saiyan. Alright. Prepared for battle. Legendary power. And then fierce battle. And right now his attack is at plus 18%. So if we were to switch this, he's still getting the same boost. Right now, he's only getting about 4. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's getting all the same ones as Super Saiyan Goku here. So one thing you always got to look for too is you gotta keep in mind your defense when taking attacks, and your type too as well. So say, because he's technique, I don't want my agility to take that hit, because that could be very bad. If he gets a really good hit in, that could be 200, 300, even 500,000 damage in one hit. And we don't want that to us. We want to be delivering that damage to them. So that's why I'm going and putting a character in here that is completely opposite, and he's not gonna get any form of like negative or anything like that. So we're just gonna go ahead, pass all these through here. Rainbow key spheres are great because they allow you to, you know, get up, and they can chain a lot of key spheres together, stuff like that. Alright, so as you can see, we did 4,688,829 damage. Excuse me. That is what we want. Also, in another video, if you guys want, make sure on this video you subscribe, you comment, do all those great shenanigans. Tell me what you guys want for a next video. If you want, I can show you what I use and how I build teams, because you know, you don't always, if you want to build a solid great team, it takes time, especially when you're trying to get as many link skills as possible. It takes a lot of time. All right, so here's another situation that you can run into when you are playing Dokkan. So you can have two of the same unit on the team, okay? They are right next to each other. They do not get any link skills with each other. And they do that because otherwise they'd be maxing out their link skills, and you know, it'd just be a whole kerfuffle. Anyways, so that's why there's generally a unit in between. So because there is a intelligent right here that's getting ready to attack this technique. So say if this technique were still here, this technique character were still here, and my physical Gogeta were to be attacking him because he's first in line, you can actually switch who you are attacking just by selecting who you want to have attack. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm already attacking this intelligent character, and physical is good against intelligent, I want to knock out that intelligent character. And I'm going to put in a little bit of risk here because I'm also getting attacked by a strength character here and the agility character. So we're going to be taking some risks there, but that is a lot of attacks coming from that intelligent. So I want to try and knock that out as fast as possible. And if I'm lucky, he will do extra combo attacks, and maybe he'll even get a critical hit. And if he gets a critical hit, then hopefully we can actually end up defeating these enemies here and not take any attacks at all. Perfect. Exactly as we needed. All right. Now we're coming up to Bojack here. And these are the entrance commands that I was telling you about. They're not really necessary. I generally turn them off. I just forgot to turn them off when I switched over to my computer to show you guys all of this. But like I said, they're cool. They're not really needed. So we're actually kind of in a tough situation here. What I want to do is I want to do that. Have Ultimate Gohan take all those hits. Get him out of the way of the techniques. And he is not going to... I want to... Actually, this is does he get more? No, he does not. Okay. So we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna take these here. Like I said, you generally want to match up your key spheres with specific units. Sometimes that's not always the case. You won't always be able to. They drop randomly, and you're kind of dealt with the hand that you get. Sometimes it really works with you. Sometimes it kind of bends you over, but that's okay. As you can see, like I was explaining in the beginning of the video, if it's a Ki Blast, he has a high chance of taking no damage and just literally slapping it away, which is great. So he's not going to do any more attacks, but for a two super attacks he just took to the face. that is perfect. That is actually really, really nice, because that just means we took like no damage whatsoever from that. Man, this Bardock had, or not Bardock, Bojack has a lot of health. Alright, Bojack is down. Perfect. Coming in with a critical hit. Perfect. That is great. And then we have another entrance command going on right here. Alright, so we are back on our next turn here. And as you can see, we have multiple characters here who turn random key spheres into rainbow key spheres. And that's actually really, really good, because that's kind of what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our technique, Super Saiyan God Vegeta, Super Saiyan God Goku, and we're going to take out this agility character here. And then for the physical, we're just going to have him straight attack the intelligent. And then for you, we will have you go ahead and attack that. All right, and let's see how this goes. This should be the last battle of this go here for this event, and we should be able to just finish it up, clean it up really nice. Nothing should go wrong or anything like that here. Oh, came in with the combo attack to try and clean up the second unit, or the second to last enemy, but kind of failed. That is alright though. Coming in with another combo attack, super combo attack, which is great. Alright, and there is that event. So hopefully that gave you guys a little bit of explanation and everything like that you needed to see as far as what goes on in the battles, what to look for, what to do, and how to go about different situations. Alright, and that will be the end of this video. If you like the content, please make sure go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Everything helps, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming in, watching this video, and supporting me. If you have any recommendations, go ahead and leave a comment, and more than likely we'll be getting to it.